to week 15, We the Outsource versus Tantalizers. A delayed game, but we are all ready for this to go on. The what?
You have them set up in the right spots, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so crunchy mediation.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We have both ready from both teams, and we have Lee Ratty and Pixelator here to commentate. I will chime in here and there. And we're starting.
Hi everyone.
Welcome guys, this should be a pretty fun match. Let's see how we go.
I'm gonna test the pause button. Okay. I've been anticipating this game because it got held back a bit, so I was like wondering like what the outcome will be. So this became very hyped up in my part.
Yeah, I think it's definitely is going to be, both teams are fighting for a lot. Obviously Tantalizers are already eliminated from the playoffs, so they're really just fighting for their own pride, which I'm sure they'll do well. Will be the Ops really, if they can win this and win it well, they'll really be able to cement their top in kind of number 8 and make sure that they do make the playoffs, to give them the best chance going forward.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a sim strat coming out from WetheOpps.
Yeah, Travis is known for his sim strats. He's a very strategical, tactical guy right here.
Yeah, definitely Travis is going to pull out something crazy. On the other side of Tantalizers, we're seeing Ryan Devo alongside with a Junkrat McCree, and then Mercy Lucio as well. So Lucio trying to speed us to point. It looks like they'll get to point first, even with Sim Strat.
Huge fight starting off on point, and Magic Man gets Ishimon, and they seem the picks have gone towards the favor of WetheOpps.
Unfortunately, Andrew goes diving off the far end, so a lot of good picks on both sides, but it looks like WetheOpps will be able to take the first point. They have.
This will heal you.
The McCree stuck in the back.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to delay the team getting back together there. We're definitely trying to get that McCree down last minute, but not quite succeeding. So the Tantalizers here, Crunchy swapping over from the Diva to a Winston of their own to try and combat the Winston on the side of WetheOpps.
Coalescence coming out on We Are the Ops.
And Mo Black Gaming there, just getting a couple too many picks there. Travis also gets a few picks. Really just not quite able to do enough.
So we're going to have 4 ults for the Tantalizers, and we have 4 ults for We Are the Ops. So it'll be interesting to see how they manage them.
Yeah, it's Tantalizers really going to have to fully regroup and do a really hard push to try something different, because so far what they've done just really hasn't been at it enough. They're not able to get the key picks, and when they get the key picks, they haven't been able to capitalise. And Magic Band, they're getting Ishi, getting Elite Arrow, a couple of good picks, and again, really Tantalizers will have one last push at this. They do have a lot of ults, so if they can do a good combo or something, it definitely can go their way.
Yeah.
Shatter Tire or something to get a good kill.
Well, if I was Tantalizers, I'd start with a Tire.
Yeah, it was always a good one to make them kind of scatter and potentially try and get them off the point, but unfortunately, too late, and WetheOpps will hold them on the choke. It's first map to WetheOpps.
So I think holding on to them ults for so long could probably deny them a chance to capture that point.
Yeah, definitely, because I think they definitely needed to be using as you say, especially some of those ults like Shatter and a few others can build up so quickly. There's not much
Yeah.
point in holding onto them for an entire match. And in the fact there, they still had Tyre and many other ults when they finished there. As much as it is good to use them in the perfect time, sometimes it's better to use them and just get one pick rather than trying to, go for the play of the games.
So we've got the sim strat coming out from Tantalizers this time with the ball.
We've also seen Travis here swap over from the sim, so they've dropped their sim strat, and now he'll be on the tracer. He's obviously just trying to really pin down their back line and see what damage they can do. Ishi has moved off the Rhine and now onto a Wrecking Ball. This is a good Wrecking Ball map.
Oh, and
Really
magic jumps off the map.
Do that. Tantalizers has the numbers here on point, but now WetheOpps is coming back. A couple of good picks there by Andrew.
This will restore you.
Oh, we got a DC.
Oh, Parson picks the left.
So while we wait for this DC to... yeah, while we wait for this DC to come over, we'll just have a chat about that first fight.
That was a good fight.
Really unfortunately, Ishi wasn't really... Ishi and the whole Tantalizers really weren't quite able to capitalise. They were 4-on-1 on the point at one point, but just really gave WetheOpps the time to come back.
Yeah.
They had good points, but almost didn't get that extra pick, and WetheOpps was just really stalling it out. What did you think?
Yeah, I think they could have been a bit more aggressive with the sim. Like, they had the Rhine shield down, and with the sim and the Lucio as well, the Lucio could have speed boosted the sim into the Rhine, because she does so much damage, especially when the Rhine shield's down as well, because she was charged with her beam. I think she was on like level 3 on a beam as well, so...
Yeah, so she and especially the fact that they've got Symmetra against double shield is always going to be able to get to level 3 beam very easily.
Yeah.
And I think they definitely need to capitalise on that more.
And the thing about the Symmetra beam as well, you can be doing a lot of damage outside of the range of the swing from the hammer.
Yeah, definitely. And I personally think Symmetra's really strong at the moment, me coming as a former Symmetra main, so I think definitely into these comps you can do some strong things. The other thing is as well, the reasons I like Wrecking Ball on this map, because if your team is struggling about the aggression as Wrecking Ball, you can generally at least stall the point and win the point with just grappling to this beam in the centre, and almost just winning the entire time. As much spin for win, never the best solution, but I think they were more going for boots and trying to go for something else, so it definitely seems like I agree, they definitely seem to be that extra touch aggressive, and they might have been able to do a little bit more.
I think they would have easily won that first fight if they was a bit more aggressive. Like, they'd have even...
As you say, with a high charge Symmetra, they really could have melted through the last of WetheOpps before they had a chance to really fully get back on point.
It also shows the good teamwork from the Ops as well, being able to back up their Reinhardt when he was in trouble.
Okay, both teams are ready, so we're gonna start this in 5 seconds. Let's come back to this action.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, WetheOpps definitely will take this now,
This will
and
heal you.
Tantalizers just needs to fully take a step back, reevaluate what they're doing. I do agree. WetheOpps there were definitely looking good. Andrew was in quite a bit of danger, but they seem to really have each other's backs. So
We've got the Orisa now from Tantalizers. I think the Symmetra tried to do the teleport onto the window again, but I think she failed it.
yeah, I feel like Symmetra strat to the point here definitely, like, it's great at the first time, but if your enemy's already strong on point, pretty much they'll see and destroy that teleport before you can use it.
Oh, this big shatter.
Quite a few ults being used here by WetheOpps, but they're getting the picks. This is almost going to be a team kill, with the exception of
Yeah.
Ishi here on ball.
That's something I'm pointing out. Andrew has been just picking up his team and showing him the way. Like if it's whoever is leading this team, but from what I see, Andrew is just he's leading the team. What I see.
He's really making space for his team to do what they need to do.
Like I know the comms a bit, but I've played with Travis a lot, and he's a good strategist. So I wouldn't doubt if he's like leading as well. But you can't lead a team with just one person, and it shows that
Yeah.
Andrew, and even though it's just the whole team is just leading right here. It seems like Tantalizers is coming back though.
Yeah, definitely. It just shows they have. It really seems more like WetheOpps has the better cohesion. As you say, Andrew's making space, and the rest of the team is capitalizing on that space.
The Tantalizers finally get some progress on the point. I think also the Winston's doing well, hitting their back lines with Mo Black.
Yeah, and he's been managing to get quite a lot of good picks. Ty comes off here from... So, I can't even read that much. Horrible.
Oh, and Travis picks out Elite
Travis.
Arrow.
Travis takes out the Elite Arrow. Really, WetheOpps is going to push hard here because they want this win. They want to make playoffs, and potentially that hunger is going to give them the extra edge.
Get into position. This will heal you.
Unfortunately, I don't think that was quite the best use of bombs there. Like, obviously with Wrecking Ball, I think if you spread them out and use them while moving, you've got more of a chance to get something stuck in them. I think because he was already stationary, they would potentially, but I guess it was a use or die scenario.
Yeah. That's the first round to We Are the Ups.
Yeah, at this stage, I think that just WetheOpps is looking, just their aggression is just higher. They're a lot more aggressive, and Tantalizers just needs to. I think that they really need to match it and step up and be just as aggressive if they want a chance to tie this one up in the next map.
You know what the next map is? I think it's Blizzard World.
Yeah, I think
World
it's
is
Blizzard.
next.
Yeah, Blizzard World, yeah.
Yes. Then it's Volskaya, then Junkertown.
Then Junkertown.
Yes. I remember.
Don't ask me map. I can't remember map 5, but I'll look it up.
Ilios.
Ilios. Yeah, Ilios. Okay. Let's go to map 2 and we wait for while we wait for switches, I shall switch up the maps. By the Zhang
Wait.
Tower, come on in. What's up?
We Are the Ups is keeping the same lineup.
Okay, that's good. Blizzard World. Do they? No, I don't think they're gonna want winter. You know, Andrew did not like winter last time I saw.
Who doesn't like winter? Like the themed skins should be the regular skins.
I think it was last game I watched with. It didn't. Someone disagrees. Of course, we can't do it. So.
Yeah, no, we won't. If you know one of them and their team's not a fan, I guess we won't even ask.
I was watching the last game with WetheOpps to, do some research on. I do a lot of research on teams, so.
I'm aware.
So.
Alright, so we've got a little bit of a swap up here. So, Mergen Cypher will be going on tank with Ishi.
Okay.
Crunchy will be on DPS.
Anime Samura.
Samurai.
coming
PM.
in to support.
Oh, Samurai. I didn't see that. I thought that was a number 1.
Grunty and Elite are gonna be DPS. That's good.
We're going into
Okay.
map 2. We really need to see Tantalizers try and be a little bit more aggressive when they have the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they had the opportunity to have that aggression in that previous map, and they just weren't really. They weren't able to capitalise when they, as you say, that Symmetra got the Rhine barrier down, high charge. That's when you really need to push forward. Just keep going forward and keep really pushing hard.
Yeah.
And that way, really to have the best chance. That's what you have to do, especially against a team that is playing the aggression game.
I mean, if you like to play a slow-paced game, then when you have the opportunity to get aggressive and you've got them high charge Symmetras and that, it will slow the other team down, so it kind of plays to your style. But
So we got
Well,
it
you
ready
have to
from Pixie, and we're just waiting for WetheOpps ready. They have, I would say, 5 minutes or so, or 2 minutes. Okay, so we're
You just
good.
said ready as you.
Let's go.
It's always the way.
Dar, do you know if they have a party sitter for the WetheOpps?
I think they do. I think Toku's in there.
Okay. Just making sure everybody's good. Shout out to Charles.
Number 1 caster.
Number 1. I see you, Charles, in the chat.
Come on, say hi.
Nope.
Wow.
We've seen so far in the T3 maps of Blizzard World, we've seen some pretty good runs. A couple of full holds, and a couple of everything in between. So it'd be really interesting to see what both teams are going to be able to pull out here. Personally, I think Blizzard World's a pretty good map.
There's luck we're getting the Torb here and the Sombra.
Yeah, it should be quite interesting here. On the side of Tantalizers, obviously we're seeing Gandalf going Ryan Diva with Ash, May, Rig. Interesting comp here. They're obviously expecting some type of spam damage, which is why they go in the May.
We're going to switch the Diva to Zarya.
Both good, and also the McCree there swap into Tracer, I know, and back to Ash.
Travis just taking care of his turret. It's a good turret spot, that is.
The only problem there, and if you can keep the team from even getting to that point, your turret really won't do much. But if you're expecting them to really push past you, it's a good spot to have it.
He's still up there taking care of his turret.
Trickling in here. Definitely need to kind of push hard, but here we go, they're starting to push harder.
Coalescence coming out early.
Andrew taking out Crunchy. Hitting the first pick actually there, a little bit in the first pick. WetheOpps is really pushing Tantalizers back.
Still just hammering his turret in the back.
What are you doing, Travis?
He's literally just...
This boy. Your team starts fighting. To be honest, just him hammering his turret is basically just giving Tantalizers a better advantage.
This will heal you.
They can really regroup, and apparently 6v5 with the odds. So Coalescence come out on the other side. and Bob.
So we're coming up to an EMP, so we might even see an EMP bomb. Oh no.
A couple of good ults there and getting good picks on WetheOpps. Travis finally, his turret is down, unfortunately, even though all of his hammering. That was a good push. They did use quite a few ults there, but they've still got Blizzard and Shatter, so
Oh.
Solo Shatter and
So-
Travis, that's an interesting choice.
I'm not gonna lie, if I'd seen Travis doing that in one of my com games, he'd be reported.
What, just hammering his turret?
Yeah,
As in if he was on your team or you're playing against
if
him?
he was on my team.
Yeah, probably I would too. I'd be the one in going to chat and being like, what are you doing? But yeah, EMP went off, but unfortunately they didn't get too much. At this stage, the picks are just going in the favour of Tantalizers. This is good, they're being quite aggressive here, which is what they needed to be on the previous map, so I like what they're doing here.
Bit of
They
tactical
do have,
crouching.
two ults with Beat almost up and Shadow almost back up. Well, there's not really much in the way of ults on the side of WetheOpps, with the exception of Demon Bombers. Not the greatest grab there, they weren't really able to follow up and get many picks, but WetheOpps is looking to push them back here.
Get into position.
So Travis now on the McCree. And we swapped the to the back from the Brigitte, was it?
I believe so. Good choice. I think for on a defense on these maps, Baptiste is quite strong, so, and the ability to have his immortality field is amazing. So Tantalizers regrouping here.
We've got 4 ults and Tantalizers could use.
Yeah, they definitely have the ult advantage here.
I would probably say I'd
They
send
don't-
Bobby.
If they hold them too long, WetheOpps will have quite a few ults as well.
Yeah, I would probably yeet Bob in and then shatter behind him. That's
Yeah, nice use of Bob. He's still got Shatter. Almost will have Blizzard. Got Beat. Good use of Beat. Travis gets one with his Deadeye. Gets a pick on his DPS counterpart.
it's a good tire.
Magic Man gets a 2k tire.
Travis switches again.
One thing I gotta
So-
point out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say Travis switched from McCree to Soldier.
Oh, yeah. One thing to point out, like Andrew was the name of the, the player in the first round. Now I see Magic Man just doing a lot of work for his team right here.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, I agree. Magic Man is really putting in the hard work here. Tantalizers, like, they had some really good fights there. They used Bob, they did some really great things, but they really, even though they did all that and they won those fights, they weren't really able to push the cart very far.
Oh, that was a great shatter.
Counter Shatter comes out, that was a really good Shatter.
Andrew Shatter took May out of her ult.
Yeah, it was a wonderful Shatter there. Tantalizer's going to need to pull something out here. But Moira, both healers are down, so it's going to be tricky with 15 seconds to go.
I think they might be able to get one more touch.
Yeah, hopefully if their Ryan can charge in and, speed boosted by Lucio. Good shatter build up there. Shattering again. Fire comes out again.
Yeah, Magic Man done absolutely loads on the Junkrat that round.
Definitely, pretty wonderful things there. He was just some amazing tires, some good bomb kills. Yeah, he was putting a lot of hard work.
Initiating match.
He was like getting the first
feel-
pick on every fight.
Blizzard World obviously is a very attack-heavy map here, so it would have been good if Tantalizers could have got it to 0.2, but they've got it almost to 0.2, so let's just see if they can pull out a super strong defense on here. It's on attack here from WetheOpps. We're seeing Travis swap over to Widow, so it'll be Junk Widow, Ryan Devo, and Brig Moira. On defense, we're seeing from Tantalizers, so Orisa Hulk, they'll be having their own Torbjorn to beat his turret all time with Junkrat Mercy Moira.
The Hog's an interesting pick for me, to be honest.
Yeah, like, I can see it obviously because the Hog can be self-sufficient and do quite a lot of damage, but I think here, with WetheOpps, they're going to try and roll first point and then really quickly get it to the line. So I would probably be more maybe going for like Orisa Sigma and go double shield and really double down on your defenses rather than having Hog being a bit more on the offense.
I didn't think the Tantalizers expected that strat right there when them coming out of there. And there goes 2 picks from them.
Yeah, Travis getting a good shot on Cypher. Andrew with a fire kill to a lead arrow.
That was a very quick take.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like Tantalizers were expecting something more complex rather than WetheOpps just coming straight, really through the, not around the choke and then up, so they're really going to have to hard break through. Still don't know if the ball is the right pick here from Tantalizers. Again, I think something more defense orientated is needed right now. WetheOpps is just going to be able to roll too easily if they're not careful.
Yeah. Like we've got a tyre that Tantalizers can use. Fingers crossed they get something with it. Try and slow them down.
Travis getting a good pick on Pixie. And then on to Elite. This stage, Travis is getting those good picks and a couple of... It's really just going the way of WetheOpps at the moment. They're pushed up, made a lot of room. It'll take something really big here from Tantalizers.
Oh, and Travis gets the tyre.
And that's map 2 going the way of WetheOpps.
Seems like WetheOpps just need one more round and they will probably secure a playoff spot. And why not Travis
Yeah, more
takes...
than likely, if they can win this, and especially if they think if they can 4-0, they've pretty much got that 8th spot. But this will definitely almost tie coming all the way to spawn.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
just
tire
unfortunately,
kick out.
I just think Tantalizers just not playing aggressive enough, in my eyes at least. And especially on that defense there. Go in the hole, go, and then Wrecking Ball, I just don't know if it was the right pick. I really think they needed to bunker down and do something more, but that's just me. But
I think personally with especially on Blizzard World, like a double shield meta works really well on Blizzard World, especially on defense, and it gives you a bit more fight, because you can, especially if you got the Orisa Sig, because you can block off both sides. And with Orisa, like, if your shield's gone and you replace it, then you've got to wait ages, especially with the damage that they were putting in on the shields.
yeah, and I think the advantage of the Sigma there, obviously, that the Widow was getting some really good picks. Like early on, after they took point one, Travis on Widow had a really good pick onto Pixie. Well, with the Sigma shield, you can really block off, and you can at least make that Widow have to move around a bit more by blocking off their sight lines and shield directly in their face.
Yeah,
There's just a bit
definitely.
more flexibility that you have on that line. It's been a tough year for, I think, season for Tantalizers. Obviously, um, they haven't won a match except for P9, but they are a wonderful team. And obviously,
Yes.
Tantalizers has been in the league for a good amount of time now, so we do love them here. So
Yeah,
hopefully over the off season, they can really regroup and maybe get a bit more cohesion or a few new players, and really come back for hoping for a great season from them next season.
I've played against them, and like they're very gracious as well. Like they're not a toxic team, you know.
Yeah, they're one of the sweetest teams going around, and obviously Pixie is a phenomenal captain, so I'm sure that in the off season she'll, a lot of, unfortunately there will be potentially a lot of work, but I'm sure that they will get there and they will come back stronger than ever. Just unfortunately here, I think WetheOpps, they had a really good start to the season. They came in, I think a lot of people weren't expecting much from them, as in the previous seasons they've struggled a bit. They really managed to power through and get some great wins early, struggled in the mid-season, and now are kind of starting to step themselves back up by getting Travis back and a few others to really step up their game. So it is a hard ask here from Tantalizers.
It
You have
maybe,
to swap the names around too, Lou.
yeah. I think with a little bit of coaching, Tantalizers could be a good team. Like
Yeah,
they're,
I think they've
they're
got good players. I don't think it's that they don't. There's definitely no reason they can't do well.
Okay, we got a different lineup from Tantalizers here.
Okay, so Ishii will be moving on to DPS with Elite Arrow, Crunchy and Sov on tank, and Pixie Samurai on support. I really liked Samurai on that last map. I think out of their support line, Pixie was obviously doing great work, but a couple of good beats from Samurai. Unfortunately, they didn't end up capitalizing, but still managed to ride out a really couple of good bombs from Mo Black. But yeah, doing some good work. Be interesting to see what they can pull out here on Volskaya. We've seen a lot of teams take this to 5-4, 6-4. So we'll see. We might be in for an epic for the ages here.
I mean, Tantalizers only need this map really, and they could give them a right confidence boost. Maybe get us into map 5.
This could be the start of a comeback. We have seen teams, even in the Tier 2 playoffs, obviously we've seen a team, I think it was Pizza Planet Deep Dish, that did a reverse sweep against Duck Goats. So we've seen it before, and I'm sure that, they really can if they push really hard and win this map and try their best on Junkertown. We could be in for an epic.
Yeah, we see Disco coming in as heals. I've been seeing him a lot on DPS lately, but not during games, but when play with him a bit, he playing DPS, but I guess he's going back to his healing roots.
Yeah, I guess by heart he's still almost mainly plays Lucio, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a little while since I've played with Disco, but so they're potentially going to pull out here like a Lucio Mercy or Lucio Moira. There's some good strats. I'd actually not be surprised if we see on attack a Symmetra strat from Travis.
Yeah.
As we've seen it before, Travis's, let's just call it bluffing strat.
Just waiting for readies from both sides, and we have a ready from WetheOpps.
I don't believe I've seen Ishii play DPS before. but I may be mistaken. But I obviously normally a tank player, but be interested to see what they do. They obviously maybe just want to change things up here and really try and do something else.
Yeah, you do find that out a lot. Teams will try something if they don't think it's working, and sometimes that switch actually works quite well. Or
Ready on both sides. Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll start right now. Sidomi, the score is 2-0 in favor of WetheOpps right now. Thank you for joining us, everybody in the stream. And we are going now.
That's both readies.
You have a Harp for MVP here in the chat.
I have a hard friend in.
No, no. Harv. It's pixelated. That's his. They're saying him for MVP.
Ah, right, yeah.
In the chat. This is Volskaya. It's gonna be really good here.
I do like this map.
Contrary to pretty much everybody, this is probably one of my most disliked maps. I've never been a fan of Volskaya, but I do often see some great maps here.
A little like fun fact outside of the league, we had a scrim and Travis was I was on this team and we kept the maps going. Like it was like 5-6 rounds, 7. It was 30-minute match. It was crazy.
It looks like we do have the Symmetra out on the Travis.
Yeah, Symmetra Reaper with Lucio, Moira, Ryan Diva. On the side of defense here with Tantalizers, they're obviously going to be going a Baptiste Mercy with Junk, Ash, and Arissa Sigma. But this is kind of the defense I really would have liked to see from Tantalizers last round. So it's
yeah, on Blizzard's World, yeah.
Pixie's coming on her signature
Sounds
Mercy.
like someone was listening to us. That's why they've made these swaps to run a double shield.
So they know that they've got the Symmetra now, so they...
and they juked them.
They duped him. This is Travis' dupe strat.
Oh my god.
The only problem is I see that Travis is using the strat a little too much, so
Yeah.
a lot of teams already know about it, but it looks like Tantalizers though.
He pulled this strat on the last team they faced as well, Taters. And
I'm surprised they used it two times in a row. I feel like a strat like this, if you become known from it, it will lose its effectiveness.
Well, so it's important to do your research. Like,
Definitely.
See, if we look at Travis on the Symmetra and how aggressive he was, when Tantalizers was Symmetra on Lee Zhong, then wasn't as aggressive.
Definitely.
they're not paying attention. Tantalizer were not paying attention there. Oh my god.
Yeah, and this is definitely one of those maps. I feel one of the issues with 2TP is that it is very easy to roll, especially like that. The teleport is really well placed teleporter. Just Andrew, Travis getting a few too many picks. Really all of WetheOpps is getting some great picks there.
Got a tire coming from
This is going
spawn.
to be tricky here for Tantalizers to hold this off. But they're holding it. Have to see, can they get the right picks? Very even here, picks going to both teams. Really good play.
It's just the Moira and the Rhine really holding it.
Yeah, Ryan gets the shatter out. Now Lucio's back as well. This really could go either way for both teams. A Dark Song getting a 2k onto both healers. That is going to hurt Tantalizers.
Talents are fighting their hearts out though. Oh,
Travis and
Oh, when the brig gets on. Now the stall characters are coming out. when the ball just gets deleted.
That was a great fight by Taylor
Ball
trying to hold
against
it.
a high beam Symmetra is just not gonna, unfortunately, do too much. Tantalizers definitely did their best there. Did their best to stall it out. But unfortunately, once that roll starts to happen, it's very, very hard to stop.
Yeah.
Unless you have the ult advantage and you can really pull out grab bomb, grab dragons, and just something that's going to almost one-hit the team. Very hard.
Or a really good Junkrat tire.
Yeah. Shout out to Rocky Top for his like crazy, 5k Rocky tires. Sorry, junk tires. He's so known for his Junkrat that he's basically they're now known as Rocky tires.
Who's that, sorry?
Rocky Top. So obviously one of the main members of I Need Healing that's taken off this season. Currently playing for KO. I Need Healing, I think he's coming back next season, so they've been a good team in the previous seasons.
So we've got the Symmetra Bastion with the Bap, Mercy and Sigma Orisa.
So this is another one of Travis's go-to strats here. They will teleport back and forth from the Bastion to the Symmetra.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Where did they go? Oh, they're back out. I lost
They're
them
back
right
on
there.
that one. So I believe, if I remember right, his strat is they start at that point, wait until they're getting a little bit like forced down, and they teleport to the roof of the small room.
We've got kind of like dive for Tantalizers.
Yeah, definitely almost dive with a Monkey Diva, Tracer, Zen Moyo or Junk, but Ducks, I'm getting a very early pick onto Ishii.
Oh, we got a DC.
DC.
Oh, both of them? They had 2 people disconnect. Is that...
They still just get the same time.
Okay. Oh. So I want to say, I'll give him 48. It's 7:47, but I'll start at 48.
They're both back, so we'll just give them.
Oh, they're both back.
moments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
well, we'll
join
just...
right back, but
They live together
they
and the
live
internet
together.
went
The
out.
internet went out.
Oh, okay.
I can say I've never seen 2 DCs like that.
So it's important to be hardwired in, but you can't help technology these days. It's we rely on it too much, but at the
Very
same
temperamental.
time, yeah. Okay, we just need
Alright,
one more
Hicks is
ready.
given the ready to unpause.
Okay,
So does Tantalizers get out of this easy? Or
okay,
do
they're ready.
we
Both
are
teams
the
are ready.
ups?
We will get back in 5 seconds.
Do we are the ups take advantage of this and get a bit more ult charge, or do they let Tantalizers out?
It's gonna have to happen
Yeah.
that way, sadly.
The Zen managed to get out.
Yeah, I think obviously as they were already quite a few of them were down anyway, so they kind of needed to move around and get back to spawn anyway. So I think it won't affect them too much. But obviously that's their Tracer. So Elite Arrow is just hiding in the back lines. And they're going to try for take high ground. Teleporter being destroyed. We see Lamp come out.
Oh, Travis is too big.
I don't think they needed that wall, but maybe they're just securing the fight.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could have been used a little later, but it's fine. The way Symmetra's playing, I'm sure they'll get another wall pretty quick. We're seeing here on Tantalizers obviously swapping over a little bit. We now will have a Wrecking Ball. We're going
And
to
the
go
Pharah
Pharmacy
Mercy.
because we're seeing Pharah and Mercy come out. Ducks on the 2K with the Bastion ult here. They really just say, unfortunately, Tantalizers is just not quite able to really do too much against the super high spam damage of Bastion and being bunkered down.
I don't think the ball's the pick, to be honest.
No, definitely not. There's a few times I've seen them go on ball, but I love ball as a character, but there's a time and a place when you're facing heaps of damage like you are right now. It's just
I think if you can get a boop from behind.
Yeah. He's obviously trying to basically like use the wrecking ball to make him stop bunkering up. But I think that WetheOpps is too ready to counter that. Here, so make him drop down. Barrow gets Darks on, so this is really what Tantalizer's chance.
They have one
Really just
fight
fixing
left.
it on point. And Mo Black solo ults Pixie.
This looks rough.
Yeah, this is rough. Like going into a comp like this is always frustrating. Unfortunately, Barry gets taken out there, so it's really looking like less Tantalizers something out, but they don't really have the ult to do much. Ducks on another ult, getting another 2k.
Andrew decides to leave. That was a great fight by Tantalizers. This is tough.
I just think
It's
they
definitely
use the wrong comp to attack that, in my opinion.
Definitely. I think swapping, like making a swap was great, but swapping to the ball, just you weren't ever really going to be able to get enough value. And potentially as well, they needed to maybe swap to a Sombra or something else. Like swapping to a Pharah was great, but even the Pharah wasn't able to be effective enough, just with so much high damage and so much shield.
That makes it 3-0 with the ups, so that's the match won.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see here if Tantalizers can try and make it 3-1. They definitely... It just... to me, it personally just looks like, and I think you're right, I think with some coaching, I think Tantalizers could be really good. Because the issue that I see is that they're often trickling in. They're not making hard pushes as a team. And a lot of the times it seems like they're swapping, but not necessarily to still kind of stay a team comp.
Yeah. Like, see, if I was on Tantalizers and on that attack, I'd probably play the double shield and play underneath until you got rid of the teleporter, and then being able to switch to sides. So you're putting point presence, but also playing out of line of sight.
Yeah, I think you have to really.
We want to
Especially with the
last
Sig.
Jumper down. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was just saying, especially with the Sig, like when you move over, when they done the teleporter trick, like the Sig can just eat what damage that comes in to help your team get into that next position.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it comes down to teamwork and just, as you say, Lewis, like, it almost, part of it is knowing your enemy, so I think with the research you see that WetheOpps has done that multiple games in a row on Volskaya, so if you were going into it, you could kind of expect them to have a Symmetra Bastion, you could expect them to that fake strat. It's often about just, there's so much to this game, and I think especially in the league, and it's great that we have pretty much all the maps, obviously, saved on Twitch and YouTube. So it just almost seems like maybe a little bit more research and a little bit more teamwork, and I really think, if they work on that for next season, Tantalizers should be able to come back and, really show the rest of the teams what they can do.
Do I
The-
flip sides here, or is it
Yeah,
stays?
you flip it
yeah,
back.
Okay.
yeah. Also as well, I think Tantalizers are definitely could make the playoffs next season with the right bit of coaching.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they've got great players. Pixie is, really a phenomenal healer. She does pull out some great things as Moira and Mercy. And I think just maybe they just need to like find, and I know it's hard, like a really phenomenal Rhine player, like a really phenomenal main tank that can lead them in battle. Like be the one that's doing the shot calling, be the one that's making space and really adding that aggression. I think that can be a really key part of a team that's going to go far. I swear our phones are listening and doing random things.
Okay, and we're getting switches, or the switches, yeah, the switches. They're bringing back.
Yeah, so on Tantalizers it'll be Ishii and Cypher on tank, Pixie and Elite Arrow on DPS, and Sov and Anime on support.
I mean, with Tantalizers, they'll probably experiment with stuff ready for next season as well. Like,
More than likely.
because they know that they're not in the playoffs, and like, I think this
Yeah,
is.
I think it's definitely a time to kind of be like, oh, what can we do? What will work?
No, I was working on this.
But I think if they can just try and really push, and even if they can't win Junkertown, but on their attack get it all the way to the end or almost, just do the best they can. Yeah, and to try and keep themselves in high spirits. I think they've done well. There's just been too much power from the side of WetheOpps, and unfortunately Tantalizers not quite able to really hold up against that power.
Yeah, I think the DPS of We Are the Ops have been putting out a lot more damage to
Mm.
compared to the Tantalizers. Like Travis on the Sim and the Widow, and then you've got Magic Man on the Junkrat. Even when he was on the Sombra, he was putting out a lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have readies from Tantalizers.
Yeah, we're just waiting on swaps from WetheOpps. Like they've said there's swaps coming.
Oh, I'm
They've
guessing
probably
I hate Gendry. I hate it.
Travis is out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
did he
guess.
just leave, or
I think he just left. Yeah.
it doesn't come up saying that he left, but sorry, he sneakily left. Apparently Travis is done with the match, but see if he joins back at some point.
Oh crap!
I suck at Gendry.
I think Woo,
Crap.
WetheOpps has 2 minutes, don't they?
No, I'm kind of messing up here. Hold on.
I think they have 7 minutes from the end of the last round to do swaps
Yeah,
and
which
readies.
was 6 minutes ago.
Okay, I'll let them know. I'll give them a 2-minute countdown.
Yeah, give him 2 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah, because Pixie already
Looks like
said
they're
they're
all
ready.
keen to swap around roles on this last map.
They need to, they have 2 minutes. That's a 2-minute warning. Yeah. Once Pixie said ready, they have 5 minutes. I think. 57. So they have about.
Oh god.
Yeah, because I think in between rounds it's 7 minutes to do readies, swaps.
Yeah. We don't need to be super strict on them, but just to let them know they,
Yeah.
do need to work out their lineups. Unless they're wishing to go 5v6, but probably better not.
Well, I don't think we've seen IQ Simple or Skillmatic yet. So
No, I
maybe
don't
they're
believe we
coming in.
have.
Or Baja Blasts. Maybe we'll see a whole new lineup here from We Are the Ups.
Possibly. I believe Baja Blast is maybe a tank player, from what I remember. I feel like I've played against before. Oh. I don't know. Could be a support. Looks like an anime. Definitely, as you say, it could be almost a brand new lineup. This is a good point, especially with playoffs coming up, for WetheOpps to potentially try out some, maybe not necessarily their top tier players and try and get some other people some experience. Alright, we've got the lineup for WetheOpps.
So we've got the tank duo still staying on, Andrew and Mo Black. We've got DPS of Magic and IQ, and supporters Deca and Baja. And that's for We Are the Ups.
Yeah, a few changes coming in here, so we'll see if Tantalizers maybe can capitalise on the fact that it's a team that hasn't played yet tonight and really try and push them hard on Junkertown. It'd be really phenomenal morale, I think, for Tantalizers if they can get that victory, but they're going to really need to, I think, step up the aggression and just really push really hard. To be honest, I think the defense here that is maybe what was struggling the most on Tantalizers. I think, as you were saying, going double shield or
I have to
all
start
about
it
those
now.
key picks.
They're not saying ready, but so we have to start it.
I'm leaving you there.
Right.
You can give them like 30 seconds. That's alright. Tantalizers is ready.
Uh.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, they're ready.
Okay, they're ready.
Welcome to Junkertown.
Travis says ready, but I don't believe Travis is even in the lobby. So that's not
I think they're all in a party. I think they're being party sat by Toku.
Even if they're in a party, though, anyone that's not playing shouldn't be in that party.
It's allowed if you're being party sat by one of the stream team. It's allowed.
They have issues with their mics, so
I find that weird because for me, at least, party chat is quite horrible when I'm
It's-
actually
I-
trying to play properly, and I can't really hear things right. But
I know why they
Yeah.
have a party chat, so it's been explained.
no.
It's Disco's he travels back and forth a lot, so he's been in hotels, so his internet doesn't quite like sync up with group chat and stuff, so he has to have it in a party.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So here we're seeing a little bit of a different kind of lineup coming up against WetheOpps. And we're going to be running Ryan Zarya, but with a Doomfist Junk, Zen Moira. Well, on Tantalizers, obviously going classical Ryan Zarya with Reaper, May, Zen, Baptiste. Double
That's
Zen on both sides. This will be
2019 meta, this is.
interesting. Yeah.
The Rhynzarian May Reaper.
Rotation there by Tantalizers to kind of not necessarily go straight out from the front. They were definitely probably expecting some sort of Bastion strat like from the previous map. pressure blast and then he
Oh,
Great
IQ with a
damage.
double. Triple from IQ. Make that a quadruple.
Yeah, some great picks there by IQ
This will
Simple.
restore you.
But now Tantalizers, they can regroup and go again. It looks like they're going to go through the same side door. But obviously, WetheOpps now is predicting that and ready for them.
Allow me to repair the damage.
IQ Simple getting the pick onto Sol.
And your Gravity in chat right now, the score is 3-0 in favor of WetheOpps.
You see Tyre come out. Taken
Oh,
down
he
by
got
Pixie.
deleted.
Couple of good picks going in the way of Tantalizers. They're able to start pushing the cart. They just need to now keep capitalising on this momentum. We're seeing Blossoms almost ready on the side of WetheOpps as well as Transcendent. IQ Simple having hit the Meteor Shower ready to go.
I think he'll try and time that with his Zarya up.
Definitely old advantage here.
Power of destruction. Gale the Mahal.
Tantalizers they're just getting a lot of pressure put on them here, so they've got a few ults coming up, so they can potentially use that to try and get some key picks.
2 Rhines are off the map.
Yeah, Ishi charged Mo Black off the map,
Into the iris.
and Elite Arrow gets one, but then he's taken out as he moved into Magic Man's trap.
Into the iris.
And we see Blizzard come out, gets a few, not able to fully to get most of it, but a couple of really good picks there going in the way of Tantalizers, and it looks like they might be able to get point one. IQ Simple here is doing some phenomenal work, getting some really key picks.
See, even with this bit here, they should really be aggressive.
Yeah, they need to, they can't lay off the aggression at all. Grab comes out. Oblak getting 2 there. And a team kill goes away of WetheOpps.
Are they going to have time to touch?
Yeah, I don't think so. Even Lucio's not that quick, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they probably should have really capped that point one. As you say, I think they really need to just capitalise on the fact that they got IQ Simple down and really push hard on that aggression. But good work
Yeah,
on
they were-
WetheOpps on coming back and stalling them out.
Yeah, there was a 6-on-3 at the one point, and literally where the cart was, and they got grabbed by Andrew, and they was managed to get the team wipe from it.
So we're seeing double shield on Tantalizers for defense. Looks like maybe a Bastion as well. We'll see what they end up going with.
They're going for the hog again.
I really...
A hog on either
that's a
side.
big- Yeah, a hog on attack I can understand. Like Ryan Hog there I think would be quite good. Boom Fist Widow is probably a good combo. And a Moira, but yeah, I kind of agree with you that I'm not sure on the pick of Hog here on defense. If the point wasn't, like if they'd managed to get to say, if Tantalizers got to point 3, I could understand maybe starting as a Hog, but trying to get some really key points. But the thing they need to really be careful of here is not getting Snowball.
Attackers incoming.
Taking the high ground.
Stop the payload.
So we're seeing them try and pull out a bastion of their own. Yeah, for the opposite last round.
The Bastion gets the run, but that's a great pick by Magic Man.
Yeah, very good pick on Anime Samurai. What I'm telling us is I'm trying to hold close to the payload just so that the ops can't push it even the smallest amount. A couple of really good hacks there onto it, but not really able to capitalize. Cypher is down. Quite a lot of picks there. Both tanks down.
So it's just the aggression from We Are the Ops is just far greater.
Yeah, definitely. IQ Central there swapping over to Sombra at the end. Tantalizers managed to get back, but they're going to have to hold him off for quite a long time. Bomb gets issued. Brad comes out. Unfortunately,
Victory.
that is it. That's 4-0 for WetheOpps. Definitely, I think just slightly too powerful and not quite seeing enough aggression from Tantalizers.
Well, they done a Bastion defense, and We Are the Ops done a no shield tank defense. Like attack into a Bastion. And it just showed with that aggression when the Diva flew into the Bastion with the defense matrix. And the Zarya bubbled her after that finished, and we just had to set the Bastion out.
I think it's a thing. It's pulling out a Bastion for the sake of it, but I know what they were trying to do. They were obviously, it was almost just a last ditch defense. But once you kind of fall, it's just too easy to, roll through, especially when they didn't have too far to push it. But unfortunately, another loss for Tantalizers. But I think they did well. But I'm sure if they just work on a few things, that they can definitely do really well next season.
Now we get the joy of talking about MVPs.
Well, first off,
do you have any thoughts
before
off the top
that?
of your head?
Before that, we the Ops have officially clinched the playoffs according to Kirby, and he has confirmed they have clinched the playoffs.
Congratulations.
So
Perfect.
congrats
They
on
definitely
We the
needed that
Ops.
to get that final win. So, which is
No.
great. Looks like WetheOpps will get number 8.
The underdogs, but they are coming in strong.
Yeah, they do look very strong. So MVPs.
So what do we all
MVP.
think about MVPs? Does anyone have any picks off the top of their head that they're thinking?
I do, yeah.
I want to
Okay,
say
go for
Travis on DPS. My
I
first, because of this
was going to
strat.
say Travis.
Yeah.
I was going
I
to
was
say
actually going to say Magic Man.
He,
I think because some of his Junkrat plays, I think were quite phenomenal. But I'm definitely happy with Travis. I'm happy if you both are.
yeah, and
The
for
one
tank.
though that I thought hands down, had to go was Mo Black on tank for WetheOpps.
what do you
Yeah.
think?
I would agree with that. His Winston play in the first match.
And then some of his
Lijon.
Diva plays as well.
Yeah.
Were really great.
Yeah. And for healer, I would go Pixie.
Yeah, Pixie showed very good flexibility in switching into DPS as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably thinking maybe Anime, but I think Pixie definitely deserves it as well. It's really hard to split hairs between I think Anime or Pixie.
Yeah, Anime done some really good ults.
Good beats. And
Yeah, some good beats. Like to
defense, but I
yeah.
definitely agree. I think Pixie, she definitely kind of is always very good in the light of a hard situation. So
Her survivability was a bit better. That's the only
Yeah, I
reason
agree.
which topped it for me. Her survivability.
yeah, I'm happy with those three. So Travis, Mo Black on tank, Travis on DPS, Pixie for support on Tantalizers.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
that, we will end the broadcast. Thank you everybody for joining us in this good match. And we will see y'all next week for the rest of the games. Thank you. Oh yeah, we got playoffs for tier 2 right now, so stop by and watch them. And thank you Pixelator and Lirati for joining me. I am Wukong, and